Alright guys, welcome back to another Ark Survival Evolve episode on the island. This is my beginner's playthrough series, and what I've been working on is trying to build my water dino pen. And as you can see, I haven't got anything built yet. I'm just on the back of a strider that I moved from Genesis 2. You can do this with anything. I'm just using a strider because it's just kind of, I find it entertaining kind of. But you can do it with other dinos too. So I just put a Smitty on the back of it. And what I'm doing is just collecting stone, collecting wood, collecting thatch, and then making all the pieces I need. Now this thing can't take weight because this isn't a high level one, and it doesn't really have the storage bags on it, so it's not really that great. But what I'm trying to do is build a water pen over here on my new house so that I can put all my water dinos out that I need and be able to kind of comb this area pretty good with going underwater when I need to. Most of the basils, but I want to put my Dunklo out, and I want to put the couple of the Megalodons out. Excuse me, got the sniffles. So as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm crafting a lot of pillars. I'm crafting a lot of ceiling tiles. Those are the two things I'm going to use the most of, and eventually I'm going to use a bunch of walls. Alright, so, and I just kind of flash forwarded there. I don't want you guys watching me collect all this. It's boring. And then I'm going to unload some of this and put it in another Smitty I made because there's just too much stuff. So I made this other Smitty out here to kind of hold stuff. And this is where I'm going to store the things that I start to build. So as you can see, I just flash forward again a little bit. So I built a lot of pillars, and I'll show you guys in a minute. Now what I'm working on is a couple of Behemoth Gates is what I need. So I worked all day, and as you can see, I'm showing you guys a brief part at night when I was working at night. I've had to collect like 2 or 3 days on the game, a couple of nights on the game. This is how long it took me to get everything I need. And when I'm done with this, I still won't have everything I need. You'll see. But basically, you need a lot of stone, a lot of thatch, a lot of wood. That's what you need. And if you see on the back of here, I actually moved the Smitty and I added a soul terminal, which is from the Dino Storage 2 mod, which I told you guys I put on this island playthrough. So here is when I came back in. I had been collecting stone with my Doedicurus, and I was using that. And I just want to show you guys this slow mode part because I think it's really funny. And this is as I'm crafting. I move really slow. It's kind of funny. But here I'll show you guys. I think this is the part when I show you guys a little bit of what I've been making. It's in the Smitty here. Let me scroll down, and I'm going to slow this part down so you can actually see. So it looks like there's like several pillars, a couple of Behemoth Gates, and walls and ceiling tiles in there. So I did quite a bit already. So now I just flash forwarded a little bit there, fast forwarded, and I'm getting some of this fish meat that I had inside the boat when I went to the other house to pick up my stuff. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my basil and put my basil in the water while I'm building. That way if I get attacked, it's there with me. So I'm going to put the helmet on. That's the tech helmet, because you can breathe underwater with the tech helmet, and we're going to use that. And I could hide it, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it on, I think. I think it looks pretty funny, especially when you don't have the rest of the tech gear on, because you can see my neck. It's just kind of creepy looking, like a bug mask. I'm going to go ahead and leave that on. And as you can see, I forgot my flippers, so we're going to have to go back and get those in a second. Excuse me. So once again, you can see all the stuff I've been making, which is not going to be enough. I have 100 stack of walls already. I'm going to have to just change, 100 stack of ceiling tiles. I'm about to change things up, and this all depends on the bottom. So when you're building underwater here, it depends on if there's certain things you can't build through. Like, as you guys are going to see, I probably won't show it all, but there's some rocks underwater that I can't snap the pillars through. So because I can't snap them, then it kind of just messes me up and I can't actually use them. So I have to rearrange and I lose the items. Yeah, that's when I realized I need my flippers. I don't know why I didn't go in that door right there. There's a door right there. I keep forgetting that door's there. Let's get my flippers on. Now we can go out the door. There we go. Now we got the flippers on. Just helps you maneuver in the water way easier, that's for sure. So you can see I haven't even started building underwater yet. And I'm going to kind of clip this around. I'm going to show you guys bits and pieces. No one wants to watch an entire build. I think those are boring. Unless you're doing like a live stream and people want to watch you build the whole thing. That's just kind of interesting, but you got to cheat all them pieces in anyway when they do those live streams. They don't collect it. This is me collecting stuff, building, collecting more stuff, building. That's boring. No one wants to watch that. So what I'm doing, guys, I've already kind of built this out a little bit, and I'm going to snap these ceiling tiles. You can only go 2 out at a time, and then you got to use the pillars. As you can see, I can't do a third one. So I'm going to drop the pillars down, and once they hit the bottom, then you can snap another ceiling tile. 2 more, and then you're going to do 2 more of these pillars, and they have different snap locations. You just want to make sure you go all the way to the bottom. And go out a little ways so I can fit several water dinos in here. And I'm just going to show you guys this just a little bit so you understand what I'm doing. As long as you hit the bottom, and then you can snap that next ceiling tile, then you're on the bottom. That's all you need to do. So fast forward again. And you can see I can't go anymore. I've gone out a little ways. Oops. And if you get the wild card art glitch and you snap it in the wrong spot, it breaks the other one. That happens because the snaps move around. But you see I can't touch the bottom here, so you see it's not on the bottom. It's not going to work because it won't let me go through that rock that's under it. It's really weird. It looks like it should, but it won't let me do it. So that one's going to be a waste. And I'm just snapping a ceiling tile to see if I can go a little lower, but you can't. So there's nothing I can do. I actually tried to go to the left a little bit, try to bring it out on the left side just a tad and see if I could go around that way and maybe bypass that thing, but it doesn't work. So I spent quite a bit of time underwater here messing around with this thing, couldn't figure it out. And I just wanted to show you guys just a little bit. And I'm trying to break the rock there with my hatchet. As you can see, I can't. So there's just no snapping it there. It's just one of those things. Sometimes you're going to be able to do it perfect. Sometimes you can't snap them. You see all them rocks, and big rocks that look like lava rocks. You can't go through those. Excuse me. You cannot snap into them, and you can't build a pillar through them. So then I try to go to the left a little bit, see if I can go around them. I don't think I show you guys this whole thing because it doesn't work. It's boring. But here we go. Went forward a little bit. As you can see, I found a way to kind of go out this way, but I found another spot that I can't snap. So once again, I'm kind of messed up again. And that would have been a real skinny spot anyway, as you'll see in a minute. Yep, there you go. Can't snap that one. Messed up again. Those rocks are just in my way here. So I got to figure something out. So what I'm thinking is maybe a couple of Behemoth Gates. That will kind of work around that, but I still want to build the wall, so what I did was grab the Behemoth Gate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snap this sucker in there, and it should go all the way regardless of them rocks. But you see it's kind of blocking those rocks. And now it's working. Oops. I put that in K mode. That's in the orbital camera. But this thing's actually snapping through the rocks. So the Behemoth Gate will snap, but the pillars will not. So if you just lined up a bunch of Behemoth Gates, if that's what you guys wanted to do, it would work just fine. Just line them up side by side and you would have a pen. I just try to make mine look a little nicer, I guess you could say. I don't want just a bunch of Behemoth Gates in there, but that's the easy way to do it. Just snap a bunch of Behemoth Gates around in a circle and you're good to go. Or whatever shape you want. That's definitely the easier way to do it, and I've done that before just on a quick playthrough. Alright, so now I just kind of went forward a little bit. What I'm trying to do is just build out a little bit and try to get the lineup of how I want to do it. And I'm going to put a second Behemoth Gate because I can't snap any more pillars there, so I'm going to have to use a second one. So what I'm going to do is kind of line it up right next to the other one. And then once it's in the water, as you can see, it's a little lower. I'm going to just make sure it's snapped next to it, and it looks like it is. Yep, right on it. So there's no gap. We're good. And that's how you do them. Just line up a bunch of Behemoth Gates in a row, guys, and you could have yourself a water pen easily. Or a wall anywhere. Like if you, instead of building walls like I did, you could just snap a bunch of Behemoth Gates together. we're mixing regular gates with the Behemoth gates. Behemoth gates are better though. They take a little bit more material, but they cover a bigger area. And of course, you can fit the bigger dinos through them. So I'm just showing you guys what I had to do is break a bunch of stuff. Just want to give you an idea of what was going on. I don't cheat when I play. I play the whole thing, and sometimes it takes me a long time to do it. But I'm not one of those players that just want to cheat things and show you, like, hey, here's this. No, I actually build it all and do it all and break it all, and it takes a long time sometimes. But I think if you're watching somebody show you how to play a game, they should be actually playing it and not cheating through it and showing you the fast ways through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this open, and I'm going to make me a cool looking little structure between them eventually. But for now, that's just how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to go back to it in a second. I just want to show you guys, in the last episode, I built the greenhouse. So what I did was I took the dung beetles, and I already moved one. I'm going to move this one. I'm just showing you guys real quick. And I'm going to throw them in the garden. And I'm just in the greenhouse. And I'm just to let them wander in the greenhouse. Works the same as in a cage. But they, my daughter said it's more humane. It's a game. But, she gives me a hard time about putting them in a cage. So you can put them on wander in the greenhouse. And it works just fine. They will. Oops. There we go. And close the door, and there we go. And now these guys can wander around the greenhouse and do the same thing they did inside the little cage I had them in. With these, I always level up the weight, because that's what you need. So going forward a little bit more, I decided I had to, because that second Behemoth Gate, I need to actually extend the wall out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this part down, and I'm going to extend it out a little bit and make my pen a little bit more inclusive. And so I got to go out this way a little bit. And you guys will see what I mean in a minute when I turn around. And I'm trying to line it up with that second Behemoth Gate, and I'm going to go in the water. And hopefully I don't hit another rock. I don't think there's any out there. But I'll go as far as I can with these, and then I got to revert back to the ceiling tile and pillar method like you guys see me do before. So just going forward a little bit, I worked on that a little bit more and then put some walls up. And I'm going to snap these two Dino Behemoth gateways in the gates. Or the gates in the gateway. I said that backwards. Anyhow, so that's snapped in. Now what I have is I have a bunch of doorways. And the reason I'm going to do these doorways, this is single player. I mean, it's a server. It's multiplayer. But I don't have anybody on but me. So I'm going to leave this open so I can swim in and out. And if I was playing with anybody else, I wouldn't do this because they'd be able to just swim right through your stuff. And we don't want to do that. But with these doorways, it leaves an opening so I can get through, and no mantas, megalodons, jellyfish, nothing can get through. Just me. Alright, so I'll snap those down. I'm going to put them in a couple of places so I have a couple of entries. Yeah, there we go. That'll be my third one right there. And this is what I'm going to do with the walls. I'm going to put the walls all the way down around these guys. So these are going to be how I get in and out with those, and the walls are going to go around them. I'm not going to show you guys all that. I will show you guys a small clip of that so you see how it works. And here we go. So what I'm doing is I'm snapping these walls down as far as I can. As you can see, I'm going to have some gaps at the bottom. And what I'm going to do is come back with some foundations and fill those in. Because I want to go all the way to the bottom. It's just, it's one of those things that people would like, oh, it's aesthetically pleasing. I got to make it look good. It works the other way. Nothing will swim through it, but it looks horrible to me. So just snapping these and going as far as I can. Continue till I get all the way around. I'm not even going to finish it in this episode. I'm just going to show you guys most of it. Excuse me. And I put me some ramps here, some stairs. That way I can get up here. And then up here is where I'm going to put a feeding trench. I'm going to put two feeding troughs. I'll put two of them up here to kind of feed the water dinos. I'll fill them up with fish. And they'll be far enough away from everything else that nothing will eat out of them. Of quick note about the feeding trough, guys, if you're a new player. If you fill a feeding trough with regular meat and fish meat, all the dinos that eat regular meat will eat the fish meat because it's a lesser meat. They'll eat it first. So you'll see your fish meat get cleaned out of that thing, and you'll think there's something needs that fish meat. No. They're just using the fish meat first because it's their least desired meat. So unless you have a Baryonyx, Pelagornis, which is the pelican bird, Ichthyosaurus, which is I call the stilly birds, or I think the penguins and the otters, everything else pretty much eats regular meat. So besides all the fish, the megalodon, the manta, those guys eat fish meat. So everything else you're going to feed regular meat if it's a carnivore, and of course berries for the herbivores. So I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing. I'm making more walls. And the reason I'm doing this, once again, is for those haters out there who like, oh, you're cheating. No, I don't cheat. I make it all. And this is just some short clips to show you guys part of what I was doing to make it all. And it takes a while. Trust me, if I cheated, it'd be built already. I wouldn't be doing all this crazy stuff. So I think what I'm doing here, let me make sure. See, I left a gap there, so I'm going to be able to go. I'm going to make 2 walkways here. Yeah, I'm trying to decide where I want to put this. And this is going to be where I put my feeding trough. Or one of them. Yeah, I'm going to put it by the pillar, next to the pillar. That'll work. I'm going to throw one feeding trough on this side. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. I got to make another feeding trough, though. I only have one right now. All right, and grab some fish. I can grab some fish out of my guy. Oh, no, maybe not. I'm going to put these walls down I had. More walls. I'd made some more walls. I was making that ceiling tile. And what I decided, I want to put one in the top here where the doorways are. And you can see I just messed that up, so pick that up. And I'm going to take that top one out that's above water and kind of hide it there. Like I said, it just looks better even though there's no one else playing. It's just pretty cool. So fast forward here. Now I have some of these foundations I'm going to try to cover these holes with. This is kind of hard and complicated. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on how the ground is, how level it is. You can see it's glitching all over as I'm trying to figure out how to put it down. It doesn't want to work properly. And it won't snap in the middle there. Now, if I was smart enough, what I would do is take those pillars out because those stone foundations are holding up the walkway now. I don't need the pillar anymore. So what I'm trying to do is do that. I'm going to put one sideways. I'm going to take this pillar out. As you can see, my walkway didn't fall down because these other foundations are holding it up. Because you can go 2 past each foundation. So there you go. That filled that gap in. As you can see, there's other gaps down here. I'm going to try to fill a couple in. That one snapped, so we're going to do the same thing on this one. And what I should have just done was after I put the first one down, take a pillar out. But that works too. As long as you're fast, it works. There we go. Alright, so did some more building, worked on this some more. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my basil out and collect some fish meat. Because I left a lot of it at the other place and I don't have any. So we're going to take it out so I can throw my water dinos out in a minute when I'm done. Let's go get some fish meat. I killed a megalodon that attacked me and a manta, but there wasn't that many. Oh, there's some jellyfish. Let's get those. I always need the biotoxin. That's how you make the shocking tranquilizer darts. Is what I use all the time if you guys watch me play. So let's kill those. Ooh, that's an alpha. That's an alpha meg. See the red? Ah, level 15. Weak. No worries. That'll be easy to kill. As you can see, it's as long as the basil's close to the top, it regenerates health. I can sit here and take out probably a couple of alpha megalodons at the same time. On Genesis 2, I did get trapped underwater with 3 and an alpha mosasaur, and that's not good because you cannot regenerate health down there. But in the regular ocean on the island, yep, your health regenerates. It's pretty easy to kill alphas. So there you go. See how easy that was? And look at all the garbage I got. Man, we got a level. So I'm just going to dump some of this garbage. I'm going to keep the alpha megalodon tooth. Definitely keep those every time you kill one. You need them for the boss fights on the ends. I think you need those for some of the betas or the alpha. I can't remember which one it is. But you keep those. Any of the trophies you get from the alphas, keep them. Alright, let's move. As you can see, the water's kind of murky with the tech helmet on. I didn't know this, but I think the scuba helmet works a little better. There's no storm on right now, so I think it's just the tech helmet doesn't have the greater vision as the regular goggles do. But that's okay. A couple of megalodons up there. Let's get these guys, get me some more fish meat. There's some more jellyfish. Just making sure none of these are super cool. Or there's a 135, but it's ugly. We kill them. Kill them all. Easy, easy. Might as well get those jellyfish too after I kill this one. No worries. Still fighting at 135 though. There he goes. Took a little time. Let me get these jellies while I'm right here. Alright. There you go. Easy to go. This is the best water dino out there, I'm telling you. A lot of people like the squid. I don't think the squid's as good because the squid can't take on the jellies or the electric eels. You can see there's oil over here. Not a lot of them, but there is some. And just fast forward, I killed some more jellies, a couple more megalodons, no big deal. So we're going to get back in here. You guys have watched, if you watched any of my episodes, I got a whole bunch of them with just a whole lot of underwater stuff. So it can get kind of tiring after a while to watch. So let's grab some fish meat out of here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put some in that trough. And then we're ready to go. And once I get the second trough down, which I think I already did, I'll put some in both of those. And then I can put my water dinos out now, but I'm going to wait till I get all the walls down. Yeah, there's the second trough. I got them both. And I'll wall all this in. It'll look really cool when I'm done. It's just going to take some time. There we go. Alright guys, so that's kind of what I've been doing on this episode, working on this dino water pen. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Give you a little couple of tips there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. If you liked the video, by the way, please like and subscribe. Thank you.